Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel, the luckystars community. Cat Star here with a new message. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't for those of you liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers and to the channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Channel members, I did just record a new reading, a new message for you. It is uploading, so be sure. I don't know if it'll come out before or after this one, but be sure to be on the lookout for that as well. All right, this is a timeless reading. Interesting that there are cards going the wrong way. Okay, timeless meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. So I have this energy that's been coming through, Aquarius, that some of you are standing your ground this week. I feel like this has been coming through, but it's getting stronger. It's like some of you are standing your ground this week. Some of you, whether this message comes through echoing this or is something completely different. Some of you, and I said this week, so this is a timeless reading. It really doesn't have a time frame. So whenever you come across this, it might be in this week. And that's what kept coming through. Let's see, flying cards here. Was this week kind of energy. I kept thinking, oh, I'm not going to say that, but it kept coming through this week. So whenever this week is for you, whenever you come across this, it is true and right. But it's coming through with this warning, like this, be careful. You may be labeled as kind of a Karen or somebody who is, what is the word? Somebody who is difficult this week, okay? You might be, for standing up for yourself, for like speaking out. It's almost like I'm hearing somebody, it's like you're somewhere and then there's somebody who's going over stuff that you have maybe questioned or had concern with or spoke up about, and they're maybe talking to somebody else and being like, okay, well, my part is done. I don't have to deal with it anymore, with this difficult person, meaning you or this Karen or Tom. I don't know what they call male, that, right? Non-gender specific, but it's almost like that. So be careful this week. You might be labeled as difficult or as a Karen, right? Now, some of you live to stand up for what is right or for what you, right. And this could have to do with something that has to do with in the work or in your job or in your career or in the workplace. It could have to do with health. It could have to do with finances. It could even have to do with housing, like with a landlord or something. It could have to do with anything, but some of you it's going to irritate you or upset you to be labeled as difficult or as a Karen. Some of you are going to feel like that is like awful or not want to be seen in that light. But others of you are going to be in a space of, you know what, I'm not, for stars, I'm not being difficult. I'm not being a Karen. I am standing up for what's right, or speaking my opinion, or speaking my mind, or bringing light into a little bit of static energy or what have you. It's as if you, I don't know. It's like this energy of you're shining or you're speaking out or you're sharing or even questioning causes somebody else or a group of people or whatever it is to be a bit insecure. Okay. Some of you don't like that energy. You feel like your people are going to not like you because of it, and that concerns you. For others of you, so just, be aware of that this week. For others of you, you're like, you know what, I speak up, I speak out, no matter who likes or doesn't like it, because I have to share my truth, and I don't expect others to do any less. I expect others to be able to do that as well. So it really is, but there is that energy coming through that during this time, there is a potential that and it doesn't feel like you are being malicious. It doesn't feel like you are being vindictive. It doesn't feel like you're just like, hey, no, this was my understanding. And then and they're like, oh, but this is what I'm saying now. And you're like, no, 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 it's not congruent information, or it's not congruent energy, or what have you. This is what I was told, and now this is changing. And if that is great, but I need the information. Why is it changing? What is this and what is that? And they're like, you should just go with the status quo. I said so. That kind of energy. And you're like, no, 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 that's not how this is going to work. That's not going to fly, right? And they're like, oh, well, you're just being difficult, or you're just a Karen, or like I'm hearing that out in the hall, or slightly separated, or some space in between, speaking to somebody else, being like, well, I've done my part, I don't have to deal with this anymore, or her or him or whatever, right? Just, I don't know. I don't know why this message is coming through. It's like it's coming through so strongly. It's an important message that some of you need to hear. Stand your ground. Allow your truth to shine through. Allow yourself to be okay within what could be some difficult moments, because it is going to be of the utmost importance for you with whatever this has to do with, okay? It is going to be of the utmost importance for you with whatever this has to do with. I'll repeat that, okay? Now this says, learn to ride the waves of life. Yes, see? When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. You see, this is exactly it right here. So ask yourself, what is to be gained by depleting your energy fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. So fighting against, okay? Right? So it depends on how you look at the situation. It depends on all the facets and the moving pieces for you specifically, okay? For some of you, I'm just getting like this medical thing, like almost like it's a surgery, and things are getting changed, or there's information that's unclear or what have you, and it's like you're not being given that information, and it's like you're being difficult for asking, okay? If that's you and that specifically has something to do with that, I'm not giving any advice at all whatsoever. Obviously, we speak to the medical professionals or legal professionals, or what have you, people that are in that space, in that capacity. But you get to, a second opinion, you get to have all of the information, okay? But also for some of you, this is coming through with a potential to choose your battles as well, okay? That's what I'm going to leave that there. Now, the next card you have is the Nine of Pentacles. It says rewards of your labor. So see, status, abundance, self-sufficient, sophistication, on your own, take it easy, maturation, fulfillment, freedom. So you see, for some of you, this is going to be that energy of receiving the fruits of your labor. Understanding, for some of you, if this has to do with work or career, right, it is coming through that asking the questions is going to clarify something. For some of you, this could have to do with a raise or with benefits, and it may actually be that somewhere you have been told that you're getting this raise, but then when the pay comes in, you're so excited for that raise or that extra or the new bonus or whatever it may be, and then it's not what it showed. And sometimes we can shy away and be like, oh, well, maybe I misunderstood, or maybe it was wrong. You're being, I don't want to be difficult, I don't want to rock the boat, but it's being indicated for you to ask the question, stand up, let yourself be, right? Get things straightened out, get the information, get the clarity, get the understanding, get the information, right? Was I supposed to get this much of a raise or this new benefit, or is it just supposed to be like pennies on the dollar, or one vacation day instead of 1 week, right? This is going to be imperative, okay? It's very important, this message, this information coming through, okay? You've got waxing moon, making progress, timing 1 to 2 weeks, shifting consciousness, gaining strength, final steps, increase. Exactly what we've been talking about here, okay? So in 1 to 2 weeks, there is going to be this shift, okay? This shift, this increase, okay? But it has to do with this, with you being able to be okay with being labeled as difficult for finding the information, and it brings about the Fool, a free spirit, new beginning, setting out, spontaneous, adventure, idealistic, potential, carefree, opportunity, the unknown, okay? It opens up and unlocks, but if you don't do this, if you don't step up, if you don't speak your truth, if you don't say the things, I mean, it doesn't mean that everything's going to get all bad or whatever, but there's a potential that that status quo, that things stay the same. Okay. There is this opportunity for that free spirit, for that new beginning, for the increase, for the, right. For that shifting, or for making some final steps right before this full comes in. And sometimes that doesn't come through, and we kind of just stay with the status quo, because we're concerned about a stigma, or about being labeled with being difficult, or being a Karen, or a Tom. That's what I used. I don't think any of those are what it's kind of specified there, but either way, okay. There's times where it's difficult, or there's times where it feels challenging, and there's times where we feel like we want to sit down, but what we need to do is do that standing up. And even if people see or feel certain things, we have to be able to do that for ourselves, and in turn as well, when necessary and needed, do it for others. Okay, so this is going to be a big important step, or movement, or what have you, this during this time. Of course, again, that this week keeps wanting to come out, so that could be the time frame for some of you here, and it is, because this has the 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, that's why it wants to keep coming out. Okay, now these two are just kind of yes no's. It says yes, you get a lucky break, it's a successful venture. Okay, so within this, there is a lucky break, there is a successful venture, something is going to be successful within this. Okay, that's why it's so important and so imperative. And then also you have yes, fulfilling your desires, being refreshed, moving. Okay, so for both of these, it's a yes. So whatever it is that you have been maybe shying away from standing up about, or speaking up about, or even asking about, getting more information about, getting more clarification on, doing research on, what have you. This is both yeses, because it does bring about fulfilling your desires, being refreshed, moving. For some of you, there is that moving energy. And the fruits, rewards, the fruits of your labor, with the 9 of Pentacles, right? And you get a lucky break. It's a successful venture. It's a successful kind of energy. On the other side of that, this is like, I don't know. Look at that. It's like a top of a bug and then a full bug with a yes. I'm not sure what that indicates. You come up with what you will on that. The other side is roulette, which I freaking love roulette. It says don't risk it all on this. It's a losing proposition. Okay, but that is not what you got. You got the yes, but I just saw the roulette and I'm ready for a road trip. Just saying. Okay. And then this one, you have all the gifts. Almost looks like a wedding, even in the background. Okay, something beautiful, something luxurious, something very much worth the potential label, because it does bring about something very important and necessary for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't know who this was for, but hopefully it reaches you. And those that it was meant for. Okay, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. Also, members, remember to check out the new members reading. I don't know if it'll be up before this one or if it'll come after this reading. Just be on the lookout for that. And as always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.